by the home of AC Schnitzer. I've never visited before, but I'm sure you've heard of them. They are very well known for their work tuning BMWs, and in fact, we're going to take a look at two cars today, both based on the BMW 2 Series. The first being a 235i with the engine from the M4. It's got 570 horsepower, it's a one-off car and it's ridiculous. Then we're going to go check out the package for the M2 as well. So it's the ACL2 first, then the ACS2 Sport after that. AC Schnitzer was born from Schnitzer Motorsport. It's named AC because we're in Aachen, Germany, with AC on the number plate. So I always thought it was pretty cool in all their launch photos, the way they have AC on the number plates. Small little thing. But let's head inside into the showroom, out of the cold and the snow, and take a look at the first of these cars. And I can see we've got a surprise bonus of a very nice blue M3 lurking right there, but let me get straight to the car that I want to see today. This is the one-off ACL2. Now, AC Schnitzer is all about performance, so this thing can do the Nürburgring Nordschleife in 7 minutes and 29 seconds, which is basically supercar territory. It's got the axles, the engine, and a whole series of sort of cosmetic modifications, obviously, to fit that M4 sort of powertrain that's lurking underneath. It looks like a sort of wide body badass from the start with these flared out fenders to fit the enlarged profile. The colour is actually a significant thing from when they previously made an E36 M3 in this colour with yellow highlights sort of 25 years ago, which was quite a well-known car at the time. Just looking around though, it's very, very cool with the massive sort of racing wing. Now this car obviously is not road legal, it's a one-off creation, it's not been approved, but it's an example of what can be done and, well, what has been done, because it's got 570 horsepower from the twin turbo straight six and 740 Newton meters. So it is quick. The cool thing I like, aerodynamic performance from new shaped door mirrors. Let me take a quick look at the interior as well, because everything in here completely changed as well. Obviously the fixed bucket, stripped out rear, no rear seats to make sure there's space to fit all of this. And obviously it would be wrong not to show you the engine, but before I pop open the lever down there, we just need to open up the clasps on the bonnet, carbon fibre of course. Come back round. Standard BMW. Double pull to release, wants to unlock, wants to lift. Come and check out the glory that is underneath here. The S55 engine from the M4 squeezed in to the 2 Series, the 235i. Like how it's finished with the carbon fibre strut brace around there as well. And power taken up from 431 in the standard car to 570 here. So you've got new intercooler, obviously there's lots of aero in the form of the extended splitter, new exhaust system, maybe we can hear that in a second. You've got those contrasting wheels. Let's just come out around the back, well, you can just see the tips. But the splitter working in tandem with the race wing on the rear. It's quite a beastie, this thing. Let me shut this back down. Got to give it quite a slam. Clasps back in. Locked. Wowzers. Right, I think I should probably jump in and maybe we can start this up. So much of a rumble, we have set off the alarm on another car, but it sounds like a violent kind of angry beast. And like I said, this car is built for sort of performance and for out and out speed and setting track times. There are a whole series of tracks it's been performing times up there with supercars. I can see in here we've also got the display giving us sort of boost pressure and additional information, but otherwise quite similar that we know from the 2 Series. It's got new pedals, I can see, a new handbrake as well, and new floor mats, but that does not sound bad at all. And there's a whole lot of power on tap. Ah, there we go, the cold start sequence coming to an end. Well, let me just drop that off for the moment. What a beast Oh, climbing out of the bucket, not the world's easiest task while holding a video camera, but yeah, that's quite a nice sort of example of a one-off project. I think I should probably head round back and take a look at the ACS2 Sport as well, which is the kind of normal version of the M2. So let's head to the workshop. Here is the dedicated workshop then, just for AC Schnitzer, where a customer M2 is being built there. And then just after that, we've got a mini John Cooper Works convertible I'll have a look at in a second. But if we come over here, this is the other car I want to take a look at right now, the ACS2 Sport. So this is, well, the BMW M2, 370 horsepower as standard, but in this case, 430 with a particularly clever new ECU. But not only that, AC Schnitzer also have warranty on it, which is something that's quite nice in this world. So anything that BMW wouldn't cover if you've modified it, so the engine, powertrain, gearbox, all that kind of thing, is covered by AC Schnitzers. So visually, if you look at the car, you can see there are a number of changes. We've got these carbon fiber canards around the front which go over the top of the normal bumper, and I think those fit really, really neatly. I love the way that's designed. Then you've got the extended front splitter as well, with this new sort of painted section down here, which fits quite neatly. You've got the AC Schnitzer wheels, obviously lowering springs, new suspension setup to go with the increasing power, the sort of performance side of it. They are mostly about the performance rather than the visuals, although those are quite nice too. For example here, well, this is the standard BMW carbon lip, but there's a new sort of rear window, upper sort of lip, I don't know what you quite call that, spoiler as well. And then the exhaust system and the new carbon fiber diffuser down below, but 60 horsepower up. Quite a nice little number out of the M2. Here we can see some of the other components. So this is the sort of race wing option with the lip. If I just bring the camera around, you can see that. Downforce, rather of course than top speed with that fitted. But I do love the colour, the Long Beach blue, same as my manager Mark's car. And there you can see the exhaust system with the tip finishes as well. Just have a quick glance on the inside. I think the interior, not so much need for the change. You know, you've got the floor mats and the handbrake again, and then the pedals. Can't quite see those from this angle, but different customers will, you know, go for different things. Some will just have the cosmetic parts, the front bumper setup, the door mirrors. Others will just have the performance setup, which will also provide them the warranty coverage as well, which is something quite nice. Now, we would hopefully have taken this out for a little drive today, but the snow has unfortunately said no to those plans. But still nice to come and take a little look around, see what's going on. See the car, I guess, literally in transformation over here. And then for the Mini, as if Mini didn't have enough options themselves, when you order a new car, you also have the option of a new exhaust system, new suspension setup. And if I come round to the front, you've got the lip spoiler on the Mini JCW, as well as, of course, a small performance tweak, an ECU upgrade that you can have in there too. This is quite a nice environment. The design for future projects being worked on through the back there. And another stat for you as well, this car, the M2 by AC Schnitzer, has set a lap time at the Sachsenring that is faster than a 911 Turbo or an AMG GTS from an M2, which is really quite impressive. I've popped up just to take a quick look in the design room, because everything AC Schnitzer is actually designed in-house, all the different parts and sort of components and everything that obviously goes into the finished cars. And quite interesting to see, I guess, working on clay models of imaginary kind of projects, just to experiment with shapes and all sorts of different kind of things, and creating things like that aren't obviously necessarily cars, but can be used for learning and developing the cars that then get built down in the workshop. I'm just going to hop in here and fire up the car because I want to hear how it sounds in the M2. Now, this is just a back box, but supposedly it sounds rather good. So we've got the key in. Let's fire it up. Okay, not bad. Wow, actually quite loud. Probably louder than I anticipated. Down to the back. Very aggressive kind of resonating sound. Into the cold start sequence. Yeah, not bad. The rest of the M2s are very familiar. I really enjoyed car, but I think it always needed that slightly more aggression, so this kind of kit works very well for that. Everything else, more or less what we know. The valve control, of course. Not gonna rev it from cold, obviously. Would be a very bad idea. But yes. Oh, yeah, let me know that the key's inside. Not bad, not bad. Back in the showroom, and I'm going to draw attention to these two M4s, both of which are sat here ready for sale, already with the AC Schnitzer kits on them, which is because AC Schnitzer is part of a dealer group. So you've got all of the Minis here, and then all of the BMWs down towards that way, which means they're basically ready to be purchased from right now, in the satin white there and the red behind. But also, just to draw some attention to the Mini Raptor, which is another one-off kind of project. But if we come here to some lap times at Hockenheim, 918 Spider 106, then you've got the rather impressive ACS2 Sport on the M4 109, Koenigsegg SLS, Zonda, and then the Raptor, the Mini, up there. So pretty good performance out of a little Mini there, which is quite nice too. But let me just wander down, come past the very striking red M4 Coupe. And you've got the Schnitzer Mini lurking there as well. And we're basically back full circle round to the ACL2, where we all started. But I am now going to head off. I'm quite a bit of a whistle-stop kind of visit tour, take a look at these. But isn't it ridiculous that this thing has the M4 engine in it? Just rewind, take that in. They've managed to stick 570 horsepower of M4 engine into a 235i. Doesn't sound bad to me, but I do wonder if BMW might at some point in the future work on something like that with the M2, the CS, CSL, GTS, whatever that's going to be. So we will probably find out about that in not too long as well. And a big thanks to AC Schnitzer for hosting me. Hope you've enjoyed the video and a quick look around, but that is it for now. I will catch up with you again very soon. Cheers.